Another long week. Not much board gaming this week, and looks like today is going to be just as busy as the last week. I wonder if I could get in another game of Hoplo today. Boy, I really miss playing Hoplo. That last run through was really fun. Would that be crazy?
This is blasphemy! This is madness! This is Sparta!
Oh, Leonidas, always the most reasonable of mentors for me. Yeah, I get it. It would be just like kicking that messenger into the pit to play a game of Hoplo today, and I sure would enjoy it. But I got church, and I got all of these responsibilities that I need to be a good citizen. I just don't know that I should be playing Hoplo with the little time that I have available to me right now. Just don't know if that's a good idea. Should I do that?
Instead, ask yourself, my dearest love, what should a free man do?
Oh, Circe, you're always the wisest of advisors. You always have good ideas. Well, except for with the boy in the window thing and going up against the Queen of Dragons. Yeah, that wasn't very good either. Come to think of it, a lot of times your advice kind of stinks. But I'm going to take it this time anyways.
This is where we fight! This is where they die!
From Books, Bricks, and Boards, we have a solo Sunday with a trial from the Hoplomachus Origins game. I have made it to trial number 3. So, whoops, wrong one. So we are fighting on the Eldorado mat. We're going to take on the Zippa, the Tactician, and Modula. And I cannot draft Eldoradan units or tactics. With the Eldorado arena, the goal is kind of like a capture the flag. So the Zippa is going to have to get their tribute and move it over here to where my tribute is. I will have to do the reverse. Some things to keep in mind. Modula has Bloodlust and Combat Lock. So if she's missing any of her health, she gets an extra black die of damage, which makes her incredibly effective in combat. The Tactician does an automatic hit of damage, and he can actually move the turn that he's deployed, but that won't matter because enemy units always get to move because they're already on the board. They're not deploying. And then the Zippa has Gold Runner, which means that units within a range of her tactical range, which is 2, cannot use their basic or alternate attacks. So basically it is not, I gave her one too many chips. It is not in your best interest to try to focus on combat with her. You want to focus on getting your tribute across the board. So with that in mind, I've chosen some gladiators that will hopefully achieve that for me. I've got the Retainer, which has Stun and Combat Lock. Stun won't work against the Zippa because he won't be out of range of her Gold Runner ability. But Combat Lock can hold her in place for a while, and he starts with 5 health. And just in case that's not enough, I also have a Bolster Health tactic that I can add 2 to him. I have the Machamoy, which has the Toss ability, which allows him to move a adjacent enemy to a adjacent spot. So with that, it's not an attack, so he can still use it on the Zippa, and I can kind of herd her to where I want her to be. I have the Defender, that if I can get him positioned, he can keep some damage off of my Retainer or potentially whoever I run the tribute with. And then I have two potential runners. I have the Psyloi, which has 3 movement, which is fantastic. He also has the swap ability, which basically gives him an extra move because he can swap with any adjacent model or chip during the movement phase. And he has distract, which means any dice used by adjacent enemies are going to always be yellow. And then I have Korikos. Korikos is also a potential runner. She's got 3 movement, and she also is ready, so that means she gets to move and attack the turn she comes into play, and automatically does a point of damage. So she's probably going to come in fairly early for me. I kind of like to have her on turn 2, so I'm getting to move and attack with the 2 gladiators at the same time and potentially finish off that tactician maybe. So we're going to see what we achieve here. I am going to go ahead and start by deploying the Machamoy. He is going to not be able to do anything he could technically toss because abilities are available immediately, but I could only toss the tactician to here, so that's not going to help. So we are going to get started by rolling the Zippa. Just got a black, which is what she needed. So she's going to move. She'll end her movement on the tribute and pick it up at the end of her turn. The tactician will move to the closest enemy, which is the Machamoy, and it will attack. Automatically does a point of damage. The Modula has a movement of 2, and these are equally distant to the closest enemy, so I'm going to move there and then to there. So now it's my turn, and this is where I get into potentially using Korikos as a finisher for this this tactician here. So the Machamoy has taken a point of damage, which means his Bloodlust comes into play. So I'll get a black, a yellow, and another black. So then my second black failed. Oh, only 1 damage. Not very good odds that that would happen. But that's why I've got Korikos. She's going to come in here. Yes. And kill the tactician. So the tactician is gone. 1 less gladiator to worry about there. So it is their turn again. We roll to see what the Zippa does. Got green and black. So we go through these in order. No yellow. Black will move 2 towards the tribute. And let's see what the secondary is. Yep, so it actually does not state that they will prefer to go towards an enemy. So I'm going to go 1, 2 to keep Korikos alive here. And then Modula will go to the closest enemy and will attack using a black and a blue. And she has killed off Machamoy. Not great. Okay, my turn. Well, I need to get the Zippa locked up here. So we're going to do that with that retainer. And now we have an issue because Korikos is not a good fit to battle Modula. So we're going to kind of try to pull Modula. 1, 2 to here. Okay, and now it is their turn. Okay, so we got everything but yellow. So black, it would move, but it can't because it is tied up. Green, it will basic attack, and Modula would get a +1 damage on a successful attack. I didn't move the Korkos far enough. I should have moved her to here. And then blue, all friendly units gain 1 health, and it can take them above the original health total. So I've screwed up here. That's not going to be good for me. So let's do the basic attack for the Zippa. Nothing. Modula will move. Yep, didn't think about that. Gets a black and a blue and gets +1 if it does damage. So basically, if it gets a damage, Korkos is dead. Yeah, she's way dead. Okay, so I've put myself in a proverbial hole to start the game. Not the best, but I do have the Siloy. So I'm gonna go ahead and deploy him, and I will gonna move him to here. My goal here is I'm gonna try to pull Modula around, and then the Siloy is gonna run this way. And then I'm going to plop a defender right there. Okay. That's my turn. Okay, so black is move. He can't move because he's combat locked. Green is a basic attack and +1 damage to friendly units. So he gets his 1. Which would normally just be 1 damage, but because he has the tribute, he's elevated, so he does an extra damage. Okay. Modula will move. 1, 2. My turn. Going to deploy my defender here, and I'm also going to use my health tactic. Bolster health to get my retainer back up to full. Going to move here. Siloy is going to get the tribute chip. And I think that's my turn. So now we are going to go again. Zippa. Still no yellow. If they get a yellow, they swap places, which does break combat lock, but I haven't got one yet. So black is move, can't move. Green is a basic attack, and all friendly units get +1 damage on a successful attack. So that and +1 for elevated, but I'm going to take it on my defender, I think. No, I'm going to take it here. And then blue, all friendly units gain 1 health. Again, I can take them above their original health max. So then Modula comes in, and she's got combat lock too, so these two are locked in. She does 2, which becomes 3 damage to my defender. That defender is not going to help much. Okay. And my turn. So I can't attack here. I can attack there, but it would take like 5 turns now to get anything done there, so that's not going to work. So I'm actually going to move, and then reposition around to here. And the reason I'm doing that is to limit damage from Modula to here. And also to pull Modula further this way. So that way Siloy can go around and then Modula will still chase the long way. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, this is still the closest. Okay, so now it is their turn, and the Zippa gets everything this time. So the first thing that happens is the yellow, which is the swap, which this is going to hurt because now the retainer cannot benefit from the intercept below because it's not adjacent. So swapped, move, he's still combat locked, so he can't move. Basic attack and +1 to friendlies. So basic attack is going to go against the weakest. So good, failed, excellent. So now Modula's turn. Modula is going to go here and it's going to get +1 damage if she gets a hit. So I'm hoping this blue doesn't hit. If the black hits and the blue doesn't, the retainer lives. Okay. So it takes 2 damage, 1 for the black and 1 because we have King's Rally. Okay, my turn. And I am going to come in 1, 2, 3 with the Siloy. And I have 1 because I got my tribute to their spot. So the Siloy was a pretty good runner, even with the numerous mistakes I made in that game. Between the retainer's combat lock and the Siloy's speed, I was able to achieve the goal of the El Dorado arena.
And by Spartan law, we will stand and fight and die.
All right, we're back for solo trial number 4. We are going to be facing Gadir, the champion for the Atlanteans. And I've chosen to use a Centurion as my champion because he has a couple of nifty abilities here. Number 1, he has shove, so he can push Gadir back a little bit, which might grant me a little bit of relief. And then also the more important one is parry. He ignores the first basic or alternate attack used on him. I'm sorry, just the basic. First basic attack used on him each turn. So unless Gadir is using his trident to attack me, he can't do any damage to the Centurion. So that's good. I've also got a defender that's going to try to help keep my Centurion alive. I've got a couple of archers because I'm going to need to do some damage to Gadir eventually. I love pairing the archers with a tactician because the tactician will add a yellow die to their attacks. And then the Machamoy because he is basically my favorite regular gladiator. So that's what we got going. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I've got these 3 as my deployment hexes. And I think I'm going to go here because I want an archer here next turn. So that's my turn. So we are going to go ahead and roll to see what Gadir does. Oh, and he gets all the things. So, Atlantis. Move and gain skill cover. So cover basically works if I come into his range, which is 1, he gets an attack of a yellow die on me. So he moves 2 towards my champion. Hit, summon, spear. Since he doesn't have it, he summons it. He doesn't throw it yet. Take charge. Move directly to the weakest unit and make a basic attack becomes an alternate attack for this turn. And then he rolled an attack, so he will actually attack. That's no good. Alright. Well, not the best start for me. Had not planned on that. Okay. So, and he rolls all 3 hits. Yikes. Okay, may have to change. May have to get my defender out a little quicker than I had expected. Because otherwise, my Centurion may not survive, because he's also going to have an alternate attack with this spear that he can throw now. Oh, that's about as bad a start as you could possibly have. Okay, so got my defender in. I am going to go ahead and attack with my Centurion, doing 1 point of damage. Alright. So now it is Gadir's turn. That's much better. So he gets a basic attack. Oh, I should have remembered he got elevated because he had the spear, so I took an extra point then from the last turn. So his basic attack would be a green, black, and yellow, but it doesn't matter because I have parry. So since he is only taking a basic attack, I'm not getting hit. So now it's back to my turn. So I am actually going to put in the match moi. And hoping that he doesn't roll a move, I can throw him over to here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to move the defender. And then done with move phase. Going to attack with the Centurion. Got nothing. Attack with the defender. Got a hit. And then Match Boy can't go because he just came in to play this turn. So Gadir, he's got a green. So throw spear. Automatically equipped, he already has it. Use the spear ability against the leader. So he's going to throw the spear. So it is a green, blue, yellow against my Centurion, which would be 2 hits. I'm going to take those on my defender with my intercept blow. And then he also had a black, which was a basic attack. But he does not have the spear now, because that is actually, well, it's technically here. I'll pick it up on my turn. So basic attack, he is going to yellow, green, black, but I will parry that. Okay, my turn. Going to use the Centurion first. Yep. He does a point of damage. Then I'm going to use the defender. He does a point of damage. Then I will use Match moi, and he does the final 2 points of damage, and Gadir is defeated. So that is solo trial number 4 in the books. All right, and so that's a couple of games of Hoplomachus Origins. So that is one of the things that I love about Hoplo. There are so many different varieties that you can squeeze it into different time frames. So if you've got a lot of time, you can play the Lost Cities and play 3 full trials against arena champions and have great time for several hours. Or if, like today, you got a really busy week and another busy day ahead, you can squeeze in a couple of trials in a matter of 30 minutes. So you still get the full Hoplo experience with the tactical gameplay, the drafting, decision making being very important, but it's in a nice bite-sized compact package. So if you have not played Hoplo and you're thinking about maybe picking up Victorum when it comes to the Chip Theory game, I think their Kickstarter obviously is over for that, but I'm pretty sure it'll be on their website eventually. So if you haven't decided on that, my suggestion would be this would be a great starting point, would be Origins. So get on the Chip Theory Games website, pick up a copy of Origins. Don't pay scalper prices for it on eBay because it is available on the Chip Theory Games website. So with that being said, if you get a chance to comment on some different drafting decisions you think I should have made, I'm sure there's plenty of ways I could have played either of those trials better. I know I'm still in the easy trials right now and they get progressively more difficult, but if you got any comments or suggestions for me, please put those down in the comments section of the video. And I will ask you this, normally I ask if you would like and subscribe to my channel, but today I'm going to do something different. I actually started this channel because I wanted to be able to do some stuff with my son who was really into YouTube, and he started a YouTube channel, so I started one just to have something to relate to him on. But if you would, if you feel like you enjoy my content, do me a favor and subscribe to my son's channel. It's Davis Does Games on YouTube here, and he does a lot of reviews of kids' books, and he does some wacky short videos. They won't take too much of your time, and he's got a good sense of humor. So anyways, this is Justin from Books, Bricks, and Boards. Good gaming, and God bless.